Hello again. Today we are gonna be looking into a little bit complicated sword stuff, but this is basically the final piece of theory in order to use the sword in the circle motion or circle principle. Check out the previous videos if you haven't done so already. This is kind of the last finishing touches, and by this point, if you have gone through everything, you have now a very solid base how to move the sword, how to cut with the sword, how to thrust with the sword, and how to block with the sword. So now I'm going to explain how you will actually move or change or manipulate the circles when you are doing your sword work. And it's not complicated, but you need to pay attention. So to recap, we have this circle this way and then circle that way. And just by using these circles, we can cut and thrust and block everything pretty much. And I just want to mention that if this looks big for your style, it can be made like a lot bigger, but then it can be made a lot smaller as well. So if you're using the circle principle, if you have a light sword, you can do it here. But the principle is still the same. So depends on the weight of your sword and how hard you want to cut. I just wanted to say that, so if this looks big, it's big because I'm using a heavy sword and I'm striking very hard when I spar. So that's why I use it bigger circles. Okay, so we went through like how to move from this circle into the other circle. So what I call these are transition points. So when you are doing your circle, when your sword comes, roughly speaking, in front of you, you have the possibility to decide what am I going to do next. So this is not like your opponent has done anything yet. This is, you can change the direction of your sword. So the basic change is here. So if it's like a circle here, we can stop here and come back, so we change the direction. So likewise, when we are coming here, we can stop and come back. Of course, you can stop here and come back, or stop here and come back. So it doesn't really have to be on the front, usually, although it is. I will explain. So you can stop and change the direction. For example, you can go to this shoulder guard and then change direction from there. Very common. If you cut here, you can cut here again. You can cut here and cut here again. So the first one is changing the direction. It works the same on the left. So we are circling here and then you, for example, stop here and change direction. Stop here and change direction. So learning to change the direction is very important, because you have to have the wrist strength to do this in order to use the sword. This is very, very important. Okay. The second thing, I think we went through this a little bit before. I just mentioned it here in case you didn't see it, is this palm up, palm down motion. So while we are circling, we can decide if how our palm is pointing, and just based on that, it's going to be a cut or a thrust. It's going to be a cut or a thrust. A thrust or a cut or a thrust. So that will require, depending on your blade, more or less force. You have to practice in order to be able to do this motion very nicely. It's a key component in manipulating your sword. But I will also tell you that you need to have the correct grip, especially if you're using a heavy sword. So the grip has to be kind of hammer grip, but we are only gripping mostly with these two middle fingers over here. So these are pressing the sword against my palm. And the thumb and the forefinger, these are kind of very lightly gripping, and the little finger is gripping, but not so much. So this is the grip what I use, because I want to have at all times this good grip possibility to change the direction of the sword. If you're gripping in some other way, you are going to struggle with sword control. Okay. So let's get to the beef. So transition points. So now in a sword fight, for example, okay, now I will cut and it gets blocked by your opponent. Your sword may even stop over here. So this is the transition point I'm talking about. Now we have to understand what are the possibilities when your sword gets blocked. What kind of possibilities do you have? It can also be that you are hitting the opponent's sword. Maybe you try to push it away, but you can't, or you get stopped right there. So you have always, I'm kind of simplifying 4 possibilities where to move. So you have the circles. So we were coming down, we were using this circle and we were coming down here and we were stopped. So your first option is to go where you came from. So you go back. So it kind of to this circle. But if, for example, if you cut here, you can always go back. You cut here, you can always go back. Bang, bang. This is actually one way of cutting. And sometimes it's a very good option. You just pull back your sword. Usually there is open space. What you don't want to do is that when you cut, you leave your arm like this. It will then get cut quite typically, if not your opponent, the guy near to him. So once you have cut, you have to do something. You don't stay here. Okay, first option, go back where you came from. And this is reversing the direction. But what is the second option? The second option is, let's say, we are going to cut through. So now we are coming from this circle. We are stopping here, but we are then going down and we end up coming to this circle. So this may work. Sometimes you can cut through your or kind of slide away from your opponent's blade and you end up into this guard and then you can continue your work from there. So you can keep going, let's say. So the first one was stop and come back. The second one is keep going. Okay, that's 2 options. But it's just that we can select to which circle are we going. So now I want to go to this circle. But we have more options. So you come here. Now we can go to this circle over here. So when you are blocked, you can lift your sword and go to this circle. So for example, you are blocked, but then you will cut upward. Bang! Very common. Okay, he blocked me, now I will cut upward. So now we have 3. Bang, go back, go through, and then lift to the other circle. So what is left? Yes, exactly, there is one more thing left. So if we cut here, we can backtrack here. So if the opponent's sword is on this side, they have trouble controlling us if we want to go here. So you can, okay, I'm blocked, then I will move here. And depending now on the case, you can also cut. So if you get blocked here, my palm is up, I can put palm down and I can now cut my opponent and go down. I will show you this later with my training partner so you understand. But if you come here, you have like, you want to just select where you are going. Are you going to go back? Are you going to keep going to this circle? Or are you going to jump here? Or are you going to just go down here? Basically the same circle what you came from. And that's it. That's it. That's the basic application of the circle. So it works the same way from the left. So we come here, they block us, we go back. Then we can do something else. Or we push through. So it's a block, but I will push through and then I will come here. Or I will go here and jump here, maybe for the upward cut. Or I will just, okay, they blocked me, I will drop it here and come again. It's like a bang, bang. And those are your basic options from the high angles. So and from the low ones, it's basically the same thing. So if you cut here, you're blocked, you can go back. You can push through. You can actually change side. Or you can just come back here if there is open space. From the right, same story. You got low, come back. Or you will push through, or you will change side here, or if there is possibility you can go up here. So now you see, every time you come here, and this is, I think, 133 calls this long point, basically, because the meaning of the long point is actually it's the maximum extension of the sword, pretty much, but in practice it doesn't have to be. So it's a decision point, because when you have gone forward, what are you going to do next? And that's why the 133 manuscript, Walpurgis Fechtbuch, tells us that this is the most important thing in sword fighting, that the long point should be studied. And what it means, at least in my opinion, is exactly this, that okay, if I'm here, where do I want to go next? Depending on what my opponent is doing right now. So that's kind of the core of the sword fighting. And when later we do this sparring training, this becomes the most important key aspect to understand, because if you don't understand long point, you will get hit for sure. So that's the reason why it's so very, very important concept. Okay, so to summarize, whatever you do with your sword, so when you come, roughly speaking, in the middle of your body, so to the long point area, more or less, it doesn't matter if you are low, it doesn't matter if you are blocked high. You need to think what you want to do next. And what you want to do next, you have only 4 things to select. Do you want to go to this circle? Do you want to go this circle? Do you want to go this circle? Or when you come here, do you want to go this circle? So you will select the side to which you want to move, and if you want to go upward or if you want to go downward. So just select the side you want to move next, and if you want to put your sword into upward cutting trajectory or a downward cutting trajectory. Because it's like if I'm cutting here, my opponent's weapon is here, I can always kind of whoop, go to upward. But I don't have to be. So if I cut here, it's blocked. I change palm up and I will cut here. Then I'm in this trajectory. So it is that simple. Of course you have to practice, and easier said than done, but now understanding the circles, understanding direction changes, understanding a little bit about this palm up, palm down thing, and whatever you do, you can always select like to which circle, to which side I want to go, and do I want to go like upward or do I want to go downward motion. So that's the, the whole beef here, the whole thing. And that's it actually. So not complicated, but to pull it off in sparring, that requires some training. Okay, that's it for today. Until next time.